What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building, and you know what it is. Cowboys got that big dub yesterday against those Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. Shout out to all the content creators that was out there. I was supposed to be out there. I wanted to go, but I had family obligations, so I could not. But shout out to all the Cowboys content creators out there. Y'all made that epic. I love looking at it. I love seeing that, and that was epic seeing all y'all out there. So salutes to all y'all out there killing it. Um, Boss, the DMV, Rome, Tuck, all y'all out there. Shout out to y'all. But I just want to make a quick video, expanding upon last night. Obviously, we did our show last night, but basically the things I said, um, going into last week. When I made that video where they said Darius Leonard was visiting, but Dallas was gonna do the beat down on the Eagles. I knew they were. Because I felt that the only team that was a threat, and I know we can beat them, was the Niners. Eagles, they was a threat for the fact that they got a good team, but after I saw us go to Philadelphia and play the way we played them, I knew we were going to smack them because I felt like I just had to see how we played in that first game in Philly. I had to see that. And when we played in there and we banged in there, no turnovers, Dak went crazy. We shot ourselves in the foot multiple times at the end of the game, and we should have won that game. I'm gonna still stand on that. We still should have won that game. We let opportunities go at the end of the game where the game was still in balance and we had the chance to win, and we just made some mistakes. Here last night, this wasn't close. I don't know what anybody saw in that game, but this game was not close. I basically said if that defense can hold it down and give a better performance than they get against Seattle, we said it on the final word. Me and Boss Cowboys both said if that defense gives a better performance, Dallas is going to blow the Eagles out. What happened? Dallas defense stood up, and Dallas dominated. Not much really you can say. My dog Jake Ferguson, I told you was going to turn up. Didn't have the catches I thought, but he had big catches in that game. CeeDee Lamb, we saw a healthy dose of Rico Dowdell. I really love seeing that. He started getting some juice. I wanted to see him more in that first Philly game, so it was good. Mike McCarthy did that with him. Dak Prescott still continuing to play lights out. Obviously, he said he felt he could be better. I'm sure he could have been better. We had some offensive line penalties, but I mean, for the most part, from start to finish, offense, defense, special teams. Is it Brandon Aubrey? I can't remember his first name, but that dude is Dan Bailey Part 2 with a bigger leg. I think he's already tied the record of Dan Bailey making 30 consecutive field goals. That's unheard of, dude. That's crazy. And to think we had a field goal problem at the beginning of the year. Dak is still on his march for MVP. I ain't tripping on MVP, but hey, if he wants to if he can get it, let's get it. He's just playing lights out football. Defense played hella good. Stephen Gilmore, I don't know if that was the best game of the year for him, but for me it was. Yeah, he had some catches made on him, but he made big tackles. He made big plays in that game. And great signing, right? It came back good, great signing. As I said before, not really too much to say because I knew we were going to win this game. And, I said on my Twitter that I really felt like the Philadelphia Eagles were fatigued, and it ain't no excuse for them by any means because Dallas had that same wrecking ball gauntlet of that three games in 11 days or something like that. But I just felt like after you just got dominated by San Francisco at home and the way they beat you, that was a big game. You had to have a lot of emotions in that game. That game was an emotional high for the Eagles. Then you have to come back the next week and play another top team at their house. And as I said before, when you're playing these games, we said it with Dallas. We hate getting behind because it takes so much energy to catch up. When you're down 10 points, your offense and everything has to change. Your defense must get stops. Your offense must score points. That's pressure. That's stress. That's strain. All that stuff, it wears on you. And the Eagles, to me, were getting by. They were getting behind in games, getting behind in games. That takes too much energy out of you to keep coming back every damn game. I don't care if the team is good or bad. It takes too much energy, and eventually it's going to catch up with you. Now you're at the end of the season. After you did all that coming back and barely winning them games, coming back, it takes too much energy, and it's catching up because it's at the end of the season now. You got most of these starters that are playing, and guess what? You're tired, and y'all can't keep coming back in them games. And Dallas was ready, was fresh, and I knew the beatdown was coming. And as I said before, when we said on Best of Enemies like a couple weeks ago, Joe asked me, he said, tell the truth, who's the top teams right now in the NFC? I gave them to him. I said San Francisco's the top team. I only said Philly, and I even said it on the show. I said, Philly, you're only better than Dallas by record, but you're not the better team. And once again, Philly is not better than Dallas for the reason of Dallas went into Philly and almost won that game. 28-23, lost by 5. The game was imbalanced until the very, very end. This game, they came to Dallas and got slaughtered. You lost by 20. One more point adds, that'd be 21. That would be you lost by 3 touchdowns. So who is the better team right now? If you barely beat Dallas in Dallas and Jalen Hurts didn't do nothing that game either, then you come to Dallas and get stomped. How are y'all the better team? Dallas is better right now, and that's what it is. But as I get ready to close, Dak and Jalen, no, we can't keep talking about that right now because Dak is better than Jalen. Dak owns you Eagles, 9-4. His numbers are crazy. What, 23 touchdowns, 22, 23 touchdowns in the last 8 weeks or something like that. He's averaging like 2.5, 3 touchdowns a game, fam. 28 touchdowns, only 6 picks, and y'all was talking about them interceptions last year. Boy, oh boy. But man, Dallas still got some tough games. You're going to Buffalo. That's going to be a tough one. You got Miami on Christmas Eve. That's going to be tough. And then you got them Lions. So if you can get through these last 3 games unscathed, woo, I said Dallas is going to be 14-3 this year. I said 13-4, I think. 14-3 or 13-4. One of those records I gave Dallas, and it's looking like it's come to fruition. That Arizona Cardinals game is standing out. I hate it because that could be the one that I told it was going to bite us. That's why I got so mad about that Cardinals game, because that game was going to bite us later on. And right now it's in the way. It's in the way, and I knew it was going to be. It was going to come up like an ugly scab or something, just some ugly stuff. So hopefully Dallas got to win out, because if not, that can mess up the seeding right there, that Arizona game. So hopefully they give the business like they did to us to these Eagles coming up. But how about them Cowboys? Cowboys get the victory. One last big shout out to Mike McCarthy. I've been on the train from day one. I never left your train, Mike McCarthy, but I was frustrated with you after that San Francisco game. I was frustrated because I knew we could be better than that. We could play better than that, and I hated seeing how we played because I knew we were a better team than that. And now you're showing it. Look at them Chargers over there. They ain't doing nothing. Look at Dallas right now, leading the league in scoring. Dak looks totally different. This offense is real. This team is real. And I got to give kudos to Mike McCarthy. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you to come over. People were talking trash about you. I have never jumped ship from Mike McCarthy. I said he was the coach that I wanted. As soon as he got let go from Green Bay, and as soon as Jason Garrett was gone, I said I wanted Mike McCarthy, because if you kept kicking Dallas's butt, you could definitely come over here and help us win. 3 straight years of double-digit win seasons. You take the next step. You've been to divisional games. You won your first playoff game on the road. You had 2 back-to-back double-digit seasons. Now it's time to take it to that next level and at least get to this championship game that I'm calling. I'm saying we're going to a championship game this year, and I still firmly believe it. Super Bowl, I don't know, but I know we're going to take that next step and get to the championship game and keep Mike McCarthy in the building. I'm loving what he's doing. He's just changed a lot of things, and we see him getting rid of Kellen Moore was the best thing could ever happen to Dallas. Big game, James. I'm out. Peace.